What's going on, guys? A little evening hangout. Later stream than I normally do. I usually do afternoon low-key streams when my daughter's taking a nap. You guys know how things are nowadays. Welcome, guys. So topic of conversation this evening is Star Wars changes. You know, sometimes I just... I was actually cleaning upstairs in our house today, and I came across my old VHS box set. Which is always, I say came across it. I just opened up my drawer in my desk, and it's always sitting here. I basically put some shit in my drawer, and I was like, oh man, those VHS tapes. So that's what I wanted to talk about this evening. So welcome, one and all. Let's shoot the shit. I mean, we don't just have to talk about the changes. You guys know how these streams are. They're all over the place. Sometimes we talk about pizza. Sometimes we talk about food and other plants and movies and games and shit that's going on in the world. Welcome, guys. I was going to say something. I can't remember. Anyway. Yeah, I love the music too, Alexander. I found out that Lo-Fi Girl, which used to be Chilled Cow, allows everybody to use their songs. So, like, I'm debating about downloading a shitload, basically their entire playlist, and using it on these streams. It would be cool. I don't know if you guys are familiar with Lo-Fi. I've been listening to Chilled Cow for years. It's just an awesome playlist that I listen to all the time whenever I'm doing shit for school or writing videos even and stuff like that. It's great, but... yeah, I worked on a pretty solid fun video today. You guys know I've only uploaded... I think I've uploaded like 6 or 7 videos since January 1st. So like literally 6 or 7 videos this year so far. Most of you guys know what I got going on in the life right now. But the video that I'm working on right now is an idea that came up in a stream a few days ago when I asked everybody, like, have you ever heard of this movie? Have you ever heard of this movie? I was asking people if they had ever heard of, like, Three Ninjas or Major Payne. You know, these early 90s, like, kids movies, these kids comedies. And it dawned on me that there are so many movies that I grew up with, you know, in the 90s that no future generation will ever think of or hear about or see or even know it exists, you know? So this video is basically me thinking about 10 movies that I don't think will, you know, like 20, 30 years from now, nobody will give a fuck about or even know they exist. I don't know. It's just a fun thought that I had. But anyway, Gooner Chiefs, good to see you, man. Hope you are doing well. Indeed, he says, hey, Greedo, long time. Hope all is well. Yeah, things are going great, man. It's good to see you. It's good to see you. I've only been streaming, I would say, since the first of this year, a couple times a month, but July is when I've kind of ramped up streaming again. Not necessarily video making, just I still don't really have time for that as much as I used to. But yeah, I'm getting back into the swing of streaming. So yeah, long time indeed, man. And it's nobody's fault but my own because yeah, time is limited. Give you a little update. I'm a nationally registered EMT now, and about 4 months away from getting hired onto a fire department. Pretty goddamn excited. So that's basically what I've been doing this entire year. That's why nobody's seen much of me this year. You know, fulfilling a dream that I've had. Should have done it when I got into the Navy 10 years ago, but, you know, fulfilling this dream that I've had for a long time. But anyway, Gooner, that's what I've been up to. Family's good. Just trying to stay afloat and hang in there. But I appreciate that, man. Hope you're doing well as well. Daniel Ambrose says, I want a physical 4K release of Mandalorian, and it better still have blue jeans, guy. Hashtag release the jeans cut. Yeah, I forgot they digitally removed it. That's stupid. I don't like... That's a change, right? That's a change. If you introduce... you know, if you accidentally have a little oopsie-daisy in your movie or show or whatnot, I kind of like the idea of it staying in there. Didn't they digitally remove the Starbucks coffee cup from Game of Thrones? Just keep it in there, man. Like, It's a silly, a cultural moment, right? Where everybody was talking about the Starbucks cup in Game of Thrones. Like, why remove it? Why? My artistic integrity. Well, you should have noticed it the first time. Now it's a fun little thing, a little Easter egg, something to look for, just like Gene's guy, right? Come on, let's keep Gene's guy in there. Why not? I like it. But yeah, Daniel, like, there's no question in my mind that eventually we will get a physical copy of The Mandalorian 4K at some point. Are there? Well, I take that back. Are there physical discs to, like Rebels and Resistance and that stuff? Is there a physical copy of the newest season of the Clone Wars yet? I would assume that is like coming in the future, right? On all 7 season box set, if that doesn't exist already. But yeah, man. Yeah. There's still a market for it, right? I mean, like, even if physical media, which it is drastically being undercut and going away, you know, there's no question in my mind that's, you know, the convenience of streaming is killing physical media. I get it. Did that with music. It's doing it with movies. I get it. I'm right there with everybody in the transition. But there will always be a market for the physical media, you know, just like vinyl, right? They're not making as many vinyl records as they used to, but they're still making vinyl records, right? So there's always going to be a market for physical media. I mean, obviously it's going to be smaller than it used to be, but there's going to be a market for it. So hopefully, eventually, you know, you'll get your wish, man. And I'd be really surprised if you didn't, you know, especially with The Mandalorian, something that's so huge, and even if it's comes out when it's all over, I'd be very surprised if they didn't release like a big Mandalorian box set, you know, with every single episode, a bunch of behind the scenes shit, and a bunch of trinkets in the box that you don't need that'll end up in a whale's asshole in 100 years in the Great Pacific Garbage Patch, right? That's what I always say about Funko Pops, man. 5,000 years from now, they're going to be broken down into pellets in the ocean, just like a part of the ecosystem. Yeah, anyway. I appreciate that, man. As I chew on some ice. Very professional. Dribble drive through hyperspace. Good to see you, man. And Thanura, thank you so much, both of you guys, for the channel support there. Dribble Drive Through says, hope you and the fam are enjoying the summer. Has living in Florida ever enticed you to pick up golf? You know, not really. It's huge around here. There are so many golf courses. I grew up in a neighborhood that had a golf course in it. So many. I grew up golfing a little bit. Me and my buddy used to go to a par, like a, I think it only had 9 holes, but it was like a par 3 course, and it just like small course, and we used to go when we were like 13, 14, 15 and just whack some balls, and that's about the extent of my golfing, man. I've never been really that into it. I went and played with my dad a few times, enjoyed going to the driving range here and there, but yeah, that's about the extent of my golfing. I used to work for a company, and everybody in the company golfed. Everybody was super into golfing, and I just never got into it. I'd rather play baseball, like in an adult league. But nah, man. But it is huge, as you can imagine, around here. But no, we are definitely enjoying the summer, though. I took my daughter to the pool again today. I literally we literally go to the pool every day Monday, Wednesday, and Friday she's at the pool. And then on the weekends we go to the pool too, at least once. So, yeah. Super tanned, as I am every summer, and she is too. Yeah, that's basically what we do, man. Me and my wife on the weekends will make pina coladas or, grab some beers. And she's getting my daughter's getting super good at swimming. It's crazy, This year, like this summer, teaching her swim. She's a fish, man. She's jumping into the deep end and swimming to the sides and knows how to pull herself up, and she's getting great. So, yeah, it's exciting. I love it, man. I love it. But I appreciate that dribble. Not much of a golf guy. My dad's really into watching golf. He follows golf intently. Yeah. But me, I've never been into it. But, yeah. Thanura, thank you so much. Am I saying that correctly? Probably not. I'm an idiot. But I appreciate that channel support. Thanura Ravindra. Hi, HelloGreedo. My family's mail was robbed the other day. Included was a signed Ian McDiarmid autograph I bought. Anyone in the Star Wars community could help me out in finding a replacement. What? That's mail fraud, man. That's mail fraud. That's something that you report. That's a federal offense. I'm assuming you've reported that, right? Yeah, there's no question in my mind that you have to report it if you haven't. I would assume, even if, yeah, absolutely. I would assume that if that's the case, I would be willing to bet that, does he actually have a Twitter? I thought it was a fake Twitter account, Ian McDiarmid. Ian McKellen, nope. Does he have an actual Twitter account? Let's see if, does he have an actual, I don't think he does he? I say that like I'm surprised. Whenever I find out that somebody does not have a Twitter account, I'm like, oh yeah, I get it. I don't blame him, right? Let's see. That's horrible, though. Try, okay, he doesn't. What's up, Scout? Yeah, he doesn't have a real Twitter account. Okay. Reported to the cops in my area. Yeah, hopefully that gets solved, or at least can you, I don't know where you bought it from. Maybe you got it from eBay or something like that. I would contact the seller, let them know. I mean, who knows where in the chain of custody that happened. Or did it like get delivered to the wrong address even, or do you know for sure that it was robbed? Like we've had things show up a week after, just laying on our porch just because it got delivered to the wrong address, and somebody walked down and put it back on our porch, So hopefully it's not a case of actual robbery, unless you know for certain. Now, maybe I'm just being optimistic, but yeah, I'd get in touch with the seller. You've already got in contact with the cops. Shit, I don't know what else to do other than like rally the Star Wars community on Twitter. Even, I mean, I'd knock Twitter all day and say stay the hell off of it. But it's good for kind of rallying the troops when it comes to a good cause like that. But yeah, hopefully it's a more, I don't know, a less shitty explanation than robbery when it comes to the missing autograph. And maybe it's just kind of misplaced and it will eventually get to you, unless you know for certain, unless you got like a Ring camera where you see some dude walk up to your mailbox and take your shit. Stay a little optimistic. Don't freak out just yet. Yeah, hopefully it gets to you, man. If not, keep ringing the alarm, and maybe even the man himself, if maybe there's a contact through an agent or something like that, you can let him know what happened. But I appreciate that support, and hopefully it gets to you, man. Levi Fisher and Matt Steyer, thank you guys so much. Levi says, was born in 98, so the first Star Wars movie I've seen were the post-special editions. I do appreciate correction with rotoscoping and the replacement for Yub Nub. Okay, so yeah. That's so you were born in 98. That's all you know, man, right? So I completely understand people's nostalgia for the changes. I completely understand why people like them. I'm not saying that you love them or like them or whatnot. I understand why people kind of have a fondness for them, because I would be willing to bet the vast majority of people that have seen Star Wars have probably seen the special editions, right? Or the various editions post-special edition. So I completely understand the fondness. I can appreciate, the rotoscoping, a lot of rough edges, boxes around TIE fighters and stuff like that in the original versions. I can completely understand those changes and whatnot. They're not necessarily changing scenes or adding CGI or changing things or blah blah blah. They're just kind of making things less rough, if that makes sense. I get that. I even get some of the added CG shots in the Yavin battle, the Death Star battle in A New Hope. Those aren't horrible. I get it. It adds a little more kinetic energy to the battle and whatnot. I get some of them, right? But for me, I'm not a fan. I like. Okay, so here's my thing about Yub Nub and Victory Celebration, Levi. So your original experience with Star Wars was the Victory Celebration. When did you first discover Yub Nub? There were a lot of people through the course of me having this channel who never even knew that Yub Nub was a thing, because all they ever heard was Victory Celebration, which is interesting. Because Victory Celebration was added in, was it 97? Or was it... I think it was 97. And then later on, the Phantom Menace, the Naboo scenes were added in the Blu-ray. Oh my god, I used to know this shit off the top of my head, but, you'd start dumping information when you have a kid about what change happened when. But I was around 15, so my grandma had an Olvius, and so confused. Interesting, yes. So we had kind of the opposite experience there, Levi, because I remember getting the special editions and even the Blu-ray, and the DVD, the 2004 DVD, and all that. Whenever Victory Celebration has been around, but I have a vivid memory of watching the Return of the Jedi Blu-ray, kind of forgetting that change was made, and watching that Blu-ray, and then all of a sudden I'm anticipating Yub Nub, right? I'm sitting there. Oh, maybe Yub Nub is later than I thought. Maybe it's really close to the end. Maybe it's after all this stuff. It was really confusing to me, because this song was playing and I was just sitting there waiting for Yub Nub. It can't be this late. It should already be playing, right? And the credits hit, and then it dawns on me. Oh yeah, they started changing stuff. And that's literally, I started the channel in 2011 after watching the Blu-rays, after those Blu-rays came out. I was like, oh yeah, I need to talk about this. So I get it, Levi. But for me, Yub Nub is kind of near and dear. It's what I grew up with. You grew up with Victory Celebration, so yeah, I get it. I understand Victory Celebration in terms of looking at the saga as a whole. Now that you know the story of Anakin and all that stuff, it's more of a somber song. It's still a victory song, but it's got some somber tones in there. It's not as you're not playing drums on stormtrooper helmets and It's not a super upbeat, happy song. There's a little more of a somber feel to Victory Celebration now that you know the entirety of the story. I get it from that point of view, but man, Yub Nub, man. Yub Nub. I love it. Through and through. But I appreciate that, Levi. Matt Steyer and Caleb Kemp, thank you guys so much. Matt says, hey, Greedo, always look forward to randomly finding you in the middle of a live stream. Stay safe with the firefighting / EMT work, man. Thank you. Well, dude, Matt, thank you so much for dropping in. Yeah, it's been fun. It's kind of been, it's been a really good fit. Just, you know, with what I've missed with the military, and, you know, it's a very similar vibe, very similar type of people. So it's been a really good ride so far. Yeah, I can't wait to get on with a department and do the 24 on, 48 off, and yeah, it'll be great. It'll be great. But yeah, thanks for dropping into the stream, man. I'll probably be going for another 30 minutes if you want to hang out. Don't know when the next stream will be. Probably, shit, it might be Friday. I really don't know. I'm hoping to get a video out tomorrow, but that's probably not going to happen. If it doesn't happen tomorrow, it's probably going to happen Wednesday. And then probably no more videos until like October. I really don't know. We'll see. He does that type of work and he loves it. Nice, Matt. Yeah. It's been fun. Like the training and stuff like that has been really eye-opening. You know, before I started training and all that stuff, you don't really know what goes into fighting a fire. I never knew about ventilation. I never knew about, you know, all that stuff. And there's a lot more to it than just putting the wet stuff on the red stuff, you know. But yeah, it's exciting. It's exciting. But I appreciate that, Matt. Cheers, man. Caleb Kemp, good to see you. Hello there, right back at you, General Kenobi. Hope you're doing well, man. Hope you are doing well. Mr. Caleb Kemp. Cheers. What's going on? I'm going to keep an eye on the chat, Caleb. What's been going on with you? What's been going on with you? Everything going good in life? Work? School? Are you kicking ass? You got a plan? Or, nope, you don't need a plan. There's some kids in my class that are like 18. And, it's great that they're doing this, you know? But at the same time, I'm like, man, if I was 18, if I could do it all over again, I'd probably, like, move to Utah for a year. You know what I mean? Like, you just graduated high school. I think when I think of these kids in my class, you just graduated high school. You're gonna saddle yourself down for the next 30 years. Just take a year off and go work some shit ass job in Utah and go hiking and climbing and whatever you want to do. Just go explore. Take a year, you know. But constantly told you gotta jump into something as soon as you graduate, right? Not too much really. Recently moved with my family. Just got done with another college class. Nice, man. Nice. Where'd you guys move? JSB225, thank you for the channel support as well. JSB says, did you notice that Tamora Morrison changed his voice in Mando Season 2 to sound more like the original Boba Fett actor versus his special edition voice? There was a little bit more raspiness to it, a little bit more... yeah, I wonder if that was a decision to sound more like Jason Wingreen. That's another piece of Star Wars trivia that's in my brain. The original Boba Fett voice actor was named Jason Wingreen. Why do I know that? There's a lot of other information that probably should take over that information, but Jason Wingreen is in my brain taking up hard drive space for whatever reason. But yeah, it sounded more. I don't even know what raspy, rough. Maybe it's a case of just being older, and I'm sure it was I'm sure it was a conscious decision. You know, we watched a little bit of Moana yesterday with my daughter, and I always forget Tamora Morrison is the voice of the king. What's his name? Moana. That's a great movie. All those movies are so good, man. Chief Tui? I think that's how you say it. Yeah, all those movies are so damn good. All those animated movies, those Disney movies. Like, so consistently good. So consistently good. Yeah, it's crazy. But yeah, for sure. Yeah, I would definitely say it's a little rougher. But I'll have to look into that. I'm curious if it was a conscious decision to maybe sound a little more like Jason Wingreen, or if it was just kind of older, rougher, you know, grizzled. But yeah, I appreciate that, JSB. And Arcadia, thank you so much for the channel support. Arcadia says, hey, HG, decided to take your advice for my 9 off. Gonna jump a train one day and see where it takes me. Nice, man. That's awesome. I have fun with it, you know. Have a plan and you know where you're staying that night, obviously. But yeah, go adventure. Go see some stuff and do some stuff you always wanted to see and do. Maybe some cities and towns within, you know, a train ride that you've never been to. Hell yeah. 9 days off is... Was that last stream we talked about that? I think it was. Maybe it was a few streams ago. But yeah, 9 days is a long time to do a little bit of exploring, even if it's just a few days of exploring, you know. And then you come back and play Fallout for 3 days. Who knows? But like, yeah, that's a good chunk of time to be able to do a little bit of exploring. Now, when you're back, when you're done, hop on here and let us know what you ended up doing. But hell yeah, man. Cheers. Have fun with it. Be safe out there. Gerald Williams, LOL, just wanted to say, love the show. Always look forward to your content. Not Star Wars related, but are you going to see the Suicide Squad when it comes out? It looks bonkers fun. You know, man, we barely watch any movies like that nowadays. In fact, the only DC movie that I've ever seen, I've seen two now. One was Man of Steel, and the other one was Wonder Woman. We watched Wonder Woman a couple weeks ago. They don't really do anything for me, man. So I don't know when we'll ever get around to watching the Suicide Squad. You know, for the most part, we are watching, what's some shit we've recently watched? We watched, a few documentaries recently, but we're watching a show called Hacks. It's really good. We recently watched, Prospect, sci-fi movie that came out a few years ago. I liked it. I'd rather watch something like that than like a Wonder Woman. I don't know. But that's just me. But yeah, like, I don't know, man. Eventually, I'm sure we'll get around to seeing it. When does it come out? Let me see. The Suicide Squad. August 6th. Oh, it's right around the corner. Has a 96% on Rotten Tomatoes. How does that... Oh, okay, all these critics have already seen it. Alright. Maybe that'll be a deciding factor. Oh, we watched... But, man, what did we watch recently? What's it called? Oh, An American Pickle is we watched. We wanted to watch something dumb. We wanted to watch something funny. A little comedy. It was not good, man. Like, I was really excited to watch something stupid, but like funny stupid, fun stupid, right? Seth Rogen, goofy ass idea. I was in the mood for that, and like, it wasn't interesting. It wasn't funny. It wasn't fun. It was just like such a boring nothing. I rarely like feel that about movies, but like it was just, it's like, oh, I just wasted 2 hours of my life. Oh yeah, anyway. George Heilman, good to see you, man. George says, the change I like most would be the windows in Cloud City, especially the sunset shots. More visually striking and doesn't alter the story. I'm with you. I can appreciate those changes. I can appreciate those changes, and I understand them. You hit a good point. It doesn't alter the story, right? In terms of changes, those are probably some of the best. It's beautiful. It definitely adds to the scene of the scenes, you know, the shots. I would be willing to bet a lot of people didn't even know that was a change, you know. The like exterior, the windows as like Lando and Leia and they're running out of Cloud City and all that stuff. Yeah, I can appreciate those changes for sure. Absolutely. Now that being said, I don't care. I'm fine with all the changes as long as we have a original version to watch as well. That's the thing. That's my thing. Like, why can't we have on this Blu-ray, in this Blu-ray box, why can't we have like the 2020 McClunky edition, and then also in the same Blu-ray box the theatrical cut? Well, why can't that be the option? You know, my Blade Runner Blu-ray box set has 5 different versions. You know, why can't that be a thing? I just don't understand it. And I don't understand why people are like not really against it, but don't really get it, you know? I mean, why not have the option? There's an entire like generation of people who grew up with Star Wars looking and feeling and being one way, and now we have to watch a bootleg copy on the internet. That's kind of weird, isn't it? I mean, I love that exists. I kind of love, you know, the pirate nature of bringing Star Wars as it once was back to the people who loved it as it was. You know, that's beautiful in its own way. But goddamn, like, why not have both versions? I just don't. It's fucking weird, man. I don't get it. I don't know. Anyway, I appreciate that, George. Yeah, but yeah. What's your least favorite changes? I'm curious, everybody. But I you know, I think my least favorite change, my most hated change, is Jabba the Hutt in the hangar in A New Hope. I just, for many reasons, not even like the visual nature of it, not even like the shitty CGI, whatever. That's easy to poke holes in, right? That's easy to go, oh, that looks like ass, that's stupid. I don't like it because it ruins the mystery of who Jabba the Hutt is. I mean, imagine watching Star Wars. Obviously, Jabba the Hutt right now is just in the zeitgeist. He's a part of culture. Everybody knew. Even if you haven't seen Star Wars, you know the name Jabba the Hutt, and you probably know what he looks like, right? But imagine being a kid, or even being back in like 77 to 83, and through A New Hope and The Empire Strikes Back, you hear this name. You hear Jabba the Hutt. This name. You don't know what he looks like. You don't really know anything about him. You just hear his name. He's like obviously a crime lord. You just hear his name. And then it basically takes 3 movies to find out who he is, what he looks like, what he does, where he lives. That's cool, right? This long play, this long mystery of who this character is that gets mentioned in 2 other movies. You find out in the last movie. That's cool, right? But now it's just ruined. Oh, let's have him in the hangar for a completely redundant scene. All the information that we needed to know, Greedo just said in the cantina. Yeah, it's dumb. Anyway. Dylan Compton, thank you so much, man. let me take a sip of water. Yeah, Alexander. The original shot was I can't remember the actor's name, but it was a man. George Lucas says that they were going to like animate a character over him. I don't believe it. I think, and then also in some original comic books that came out in 1977, some Star Wars comic books, Jabba the Hutt was in a comic book, and he looked way different. He looked like a fish, or like a wolf man. Let me see. Let me look this up. I'll post a link. Jabba the Hutt, 1977 comic. Let me see. I think it was 70. Yeah, here we go. So here's a good picture. Boom. Here's a picture of a 1977 comic, a Star Wars comic. The way Jabba the Hutt used to look. He's that yellow guy with green gloves on. If you're able to click on that. But yeah, anyway. Dylan Compton, thank you so much for the channel support. Dylan says, to me, the most offensive change used to be Vader no in Return of the Jedi, but now it's Palpatine digitally inserted into the Rise of Skywalker. Hey, yo. McClunky, there you go. Nice. Yeah, I remember hearing the no for the first time, watching my Blu-rays, and being like, what the fuck? Huh? What? Yeah, it's weird, man. It's weird. I just don't understand it. I don't understand it. I remember, Dylan, when I first watched McClunky and when I first saw McClunky, it wasn't like any kind of feeling of disappointment or just, it wasn't even like a feeling of why. You know, I've said why for basically since the special editions. When I saw McClunky, I was just like, what? Okay. And it was just like kind of like a shrug of the shoulders kind of thing, you know. Here we go again. Whatever, man. Yeah. Heyo, indeed. I appreciate that, Dylan. The McClunky Cinematic Universe. There you go. What's up, Brian of the Pink Milk Podcast? Good to see you, man. It's the best middle finger. Yeah, it's true. McClunky had been sitting there for years. So that version of Star Wars, the McClunky version, Disney did not add that. George Lucas added that before Disney acquired the franchise. Before George Lucas sold the franchise to Disney, he changed the movie again. So from 2012 until the McClunky version was released, was that 2019 or 2020? We'll just go with 2020. I don't know. But from 2012, when Disney bought the franchise, to whenever McClunky was released, let's say 7-8 years, that change sat dormant, waiting for everybody to discover it. And then Disney uploaded a new 4K version of A New Hope to Disney Plus, and it was the final change George Lucas made to that movie. That scene, rather, was just McClunky. Is that not crazy? It's just hilarious. A sleeper agent. There you go, Dylan. Anyway, ridiculous. George Heilman, thank you so much for the channel support. George says, Vader saying no in Return of the Jedi and Emperor in ESB when they alter the dialogue, some DVD releases. Agree on Jabba looked bad and interrupted the tension. Yeah, so those are your least favorite. Yeah, the I used to be able to remember what the dialogue changes were in ESB. In the original, he says the son of Skywalker. Oh, I can't remember what the dialogue. Let me look this up. Again, I used to remember all this shit, and then I had a kid, and I guess my brain went, "When the fuck are you remembering all this? You should remember how to sterilize a bottle." Original ESB Emperor dialogue. Before and after instructions regarding Skywalker's son. Okay, so original version of the scene. What is thy bidding, my master? There is a great disturbance in the Force. I have felt it. We have a new enemy, Luke Skywalker. Yes, my master. He could destroy us. He is just a boy. Obi-Wan can no longer help him. The Force is strong with him. The son of Skywalker must not become a Jedi. If he could be turned, he would become a powerful ally. Yes, yes. He would be a great asset. Can it be done? He will join us or die, master. And then the change is... okay, so the original did say that. Luke Skywalker. In the change, he says all the same stuff, but he says we have a new enemy, the young rebel who destroyed the Death Star. Search your feelings, Lord Vader. You will know it to be true. He could destroy us. Obi-Wan can the Force stronger than the son of Skywalker must not become a Jedi. Okay. Okay. Yeah, subtle changes. Interesting. The changes basically gave away the twist at the end of the movie. Interesting. I've never looked at it like that. Yeah, I remember this the dialogue change. Yeah. Yeah, it's funny how many different little subtle changes. Not saying that's subtle, that's a huge change. I mean, especially the visual of that scene, right? Who was the actor who played the Emperor in the original ESB? It was I believe it was a female, and she was wearing like what was? Let me see. Original ESB Emperor actress. I'm pretty sure it was an actress. Marjorie Eaton. That's right. The Emperor in the original 1980 version of The Empire Strikes Back, portrayed by Marjorie Eaton, wearing a mask with chimpanzee eyes superimposed, and voiced by Clive Revel. So it was Marjorie Eaton, which I'll look up Marjorie Eaton. There we go. And Marjorie Eaton, let's see. Mary Poppins films uncredited. Okay, so here is a picture of the actress who originally played the Emperor in The Empire Strikes Back. Oh, cool. I've never seen this picture. Oh, this is... Wait, huh? Oh, whoa, that's pretty neat. I'll just post this. So the link that I just posted has some pictures of her putting on the prosthetic, and then the prosthetic itself. That's cool. I've never seen that picture. Those pictures. Interesting. Always learning more stuff, right? Always more shit is. There's always more to discover with all this stuff. It's kind of, it's fun. It's what keeps it fun. Anyway. What's up, Stuart? Man, I was really debating about playing some Battlefront 2 tonight. I don't even honestly. I don't even think I have it installed. I need to reinstall it. Come on. The suit looks gross. What suit? No, she's definitely an actress. I was looking up her IMDb. She was in Mary Poppins, Miss Persimmon. Yeah, she's credited with 50 movies. So, or 50 things, TV series and movies. I'll play. Yeah, I'll definitely. Maybe the next time that I stream, I'll play a little Battlefront. I haven't played it in so long. I need to. Man, I need to. It probably needs a huge update. I can't even tell you when the last time is that I launched Origin. I mean, it's been so long since I've launched Origin. I don't know, but yeah. If you guys are curious. You know, we talk about changes. We talk about the versions, the Blu-rays, the DVDs, all that stuff, all special editions, blah 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 blah. I made a video. It's on the homepage of my YouTube channel about a couple versions that you should check out. Some that you've maybe heard of, like the despecialized edition. It's great from Harmy, but also Project 4K 77. If you ever want to like see Star Wars the way it was released in the theater, check out Project 4K 77. I have a copy of it. It's beautiful. It's literally a 70 millimeter print, scanned in by a team, and it's a 70 millimeter print that was scanned in at 4K resolution by a team. And cleaned up by that team, and then they released it online. It's literally exactly what people saw in 1977. Yeah, it's great, man. So yeah, check out it. It's beautiful. It's the way I watch Star Wars now. It's great. But yeah, anyway. Bearded Emperor, thank you so much for the super chat and channel support. Bearded says, how you doing, you old pirate? So good to see ya. You too, man. Hope you're doing well. Yeah, things are going good. Not sure. I'm sure you've heard. I mean, seen you around. I'm sure I've told you all this shit. Nationally registered EMT now. About 4 months away from getting with the fire department. So, pretty goddamn excited. You know, new chapter in my life. I wanted to do this before I got too old. I'm 35. Compared to everybody else in my class and everybody else going for this job, I'm much older than most of them. I'm much older than 99% of them. Let's just say that. But I can outrun the shit out of them all. That's what pays doing cardio for a couple of years, non-stop, right? But I appreciate that, Bearded. Hope you're doing well as well, man. Yeah, 4K 77 is free. Nobody sells, unless you're an asshole, nobody sells these fan restorations or that stuff. Harmy doesn't sell them. Team Negative doesn't sell 4K 77. No, these are projects of passion. So, like, if you go on eBay and you see any of these fan restorations or whatever you want to call them, if you see them being sold, don't buy them. You can download these for free. You can download them through torrents. If you know anything about downloading torrents, you can just search wherever you download your torrents for 4K 77. I'm sure it'll come up. But yeah, don't buy them, man. Literally, if you go on eBay and you see people selling discs of despecialized or 4K 77 or whatever, those people literally just downloaded it from a torrent and burned it to a Blu-ray disc, and they're selling it. And they didn't even make it. They're just like, yeah, stupid. Yeah. But yeah, what was I gonna look up? Shit. Oh, I wanted to look up how big 4K 77 was on my hard drive. Let's see. So I have the UHD 4K DNR, digital noise reduction is what that stands for. So my copy of 4K 77 is just about 50 gigabytes. Yeah. It's gorgeous. I really struggled playing it at my old house. I use Plex to stream from my desktop to my TV. And at my old house, that was wireless. And my 4K 77 copy, it just could not do it. It couldn't do it. It was such a huge file. But in the new house, since we built it from ground up, I got fiber lines and everything wired in the house. So all of my electronics are wired and not wireless. So I am streaming a 4K movie from my desktop to my TV through my walls through a line. So it's just like there's no issue whatsoever. It's awesome, man. It's awesome. Honestly, that's one of the reasons that I got my house fully wired, is because I wanted to play 4K 77 without any hiccups. So yeah, but do they make 4K Blu-ray burners? They have to, right? They do. Man, I don't think it would be worth buying a Blu-ray burner just to burn 4K 77 to a 4K Blu-ray. I'd be paying like $100. Disc rewriter. Maybe I'll find out if somebody has a 4K Blu-ray burner. Make a physical copy of it. It'd be cool to have. But anyway. Cool, guys. That's an hour on the dot. So. Nice, Iron. Yeah, no problem, man. It's fun. It's a fun topic, right? It's a lighthearted, goofy, fun topic that, yeah, it's always good to talk about, man. And y'all, every time I do one of these like Star Wars Changes streams or whatever, I always discover something new. Whether sometimes it's very subtle stuff. Just like this Marjorie Eaton photos. You know, I knew she was the original Emperor, but I've never seen these photos before that I linked earlier. It's kind of neat. Always something new, right? Anyway, cool, guys. That was an hour. Let's hang out. Next time, I don't know what the topic of conversation will be, but I don't know. Yeah, go check out 4K 77, man. Watch Star Wars as it looked and not sounded, but I think they had to use a lot of yeah, anyway. Watch 4K 77, it's great. All right, everybody, enjoy the rest of your morning, your afternoon, your evening, wherever you are on planet Earth. To everybody who supported the channel this afternoon, or this evening rather, thanks for support, and I will catch you all on the flip side. Oh, Oscar Rodriguez, one sec. Oscar Rodriguez coming in with the final super chat and channel support of the stream. Oscar, appreciate that, man. For all who are getting into digital late in the game, check out Voodoo. They have a disc to digital program that makes the transition easier. Oh, okay, Voodoo. Do they disc to digital? I've never heard of this. I'm pretty sure that I've redeemed movies through Voodoo before. Blu-ray to hard drive, DVD to SD. Oh, nice. Okay. That's pretty cool. So you send it in to them and they do that for you? Is that the case? Okay. Interesting. Interesting. Yeah, it's very rare that I have something that isn't already, or that I haven't already ripped, or that isn't streaming, you know. There have been a few cases, like Minority Report. A couple years ago, it was not. I don't know if it's on a streaming device or a service now, but a couple years ago, it wasn't. And I was like, shit, I want to watch Minority Report. My wife's never seen it. So I went on eBay and bought the Blu-ray for like $4. You know, that's what I usually do. Like, if I can't find something on a streaming service or whatnot, and I want to watch it, and I know I'm gonna like the movie and whatever, I'll go on eBay and like buy it for a couple bucks. It's awesome. But yeah, anyway, I appreciate that, Oscar, and I'm sure people will use that information. Anyway, it's time for me to jet, guys. All right, once again, have a good one. I'll see you when I see you. Hopefully, I'm going to be able to get a video out tomorrow. If not, definitely Wednesday. It's not a Star Wars video. It's a 90s movie video. It's something fun to make. But anyway, you can scan barcode and have the option to pay $2 for upgrade. Oh, nice, nice. Okay, nice. Nice. Interesting. I want to know about the legality behind that. Seems a little dicey. That, I guess it's just proving that you own it, and then they profit. Interesting. Interesting. So they're basically. I'm gonna look into that. Oh my goodness, George Lucas is here. Everybody, bail. Put your weed away. Hide the beers. The cop's here. The cop's here. All right, guys. All right. George Lucas is here. Let's cool it. Let's cool it, everybody. All right. See you later, George. Have a good one, guys. Take it easy. See ya.